This is my 2015 STI, and I blew it up.
Thankfully, it didn't actually explode, just has slight rod knock. I've owned this car for 7 years and really enjoyed it, and I think others have too.
What are you doing sniffing my car? You better not be denting it.
In order to fix it, the engine's gotta come out.
It's gotta rip apart the block.
First things first, let's get this battery out of here. Easy way to not lose these is to just put them right back on. This thing out of here. Oh, the whole tray's coming with it. Next thing I want to do is get this intake piece taken off here. Alright, let's get these off here. I pulled this thing out the firewall, trying to get it out. This is like a sound enhancer thing that we probably won't put back on. Take this intake off. There's one half. I think we broke the seal on that. Oh, now it came out like butter.
Not butter!
Alright, there's an intercooler out. Finished taking off this turbo inlet. I have a new turbo inlet for this build, so we will not be reusing this one. This heat shield has 4 bolts in it. 2 of them broke off. They're in pretty rough condition. Alright, I'm gonna hit these downpipe bolts. Hopefully they come out easier. There we go. Oh wow. One of these down here was loose. Wow. You can get some extensions back there, but you don't really have anywhere to turn, so this is what we're doing. That should be broke loose.
You sure about that?
We might be pulling the whole stud here. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright. Put those back on for safekeeping. The next thing I'm gonna do is get rid of the coolant, so I'm just gonna open these now. So that way it hopefully it drains a little better. There's a little Phillips right here, and it should drain all of our coolant nice and easy. This up there. Mount bolts we gotta take out. A 14 mil bolt that's holding the downpipe to the transmission, so we need to get that off in order to get the downpipe off. Also have to take this bolt out right here, another 14, so I'm gonna spray the back of it. Broken. It's getting chopped. I'm gonna get some of these bell housing bolts I can reach. There we go. I'm gonna try and put some break free on some of these studs down here. I guess the 2 studs at the very bottom. Empty now, we can take these hoses off. This radiator should come right out. Okay. Steering pump out of the way. I would disconnect it, but I'll lose all the fluid, so typically you can just fold this thing out of the way. Gonna do the same thing with the AC, so that way we don't have to drain the refrigerant. probably like to just throw this over here somewhere. Since I removed these bolts from this, I should be able to just flip this over here. A slave cylinder, and I just dropped it out of the way. I took the boot off the clutch fork, and I'm just gonna wiggle this back and forth and pull at the same time, and this should come right out. Next thing I'm gonna do is take off this transmission mount, so that way we can jack the transmission up without harming this mount here. Bell housing bolt is down there. And these bolts were way over torqued, man. You do not need to do this. We might start seeing the engine separate a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for. I had to wedge a flathead screwdriver in here to get this to spread apart because both the dowel pins, I'm assuming, are really corroded. Let's get this engine out. No! The antifreeze. Got all the bolts out. Should come off fairly easy. There we go. Nice. Clutch is getting a little low. The first thing I want to do is take off this crank pulley here just so I can start removing the timing covers. There we go. I need to get this secondary air pump out of here. So I'm gonna work on that right now so I can access these timing cover bolts. Clamps we gotta disconnect back here for our secondary air pump. 12 mils right here. I'm hoping these are not gonna be too tight. And that should get us free. Let's see how free we are. Just like that, man. Get these timing covers off. Intake manifold bolts, they're 12 mil. There's two in the middle here. Like the other side, 4 12 mil bolts. So this one might break. I really hope it doesn't, but if that gun's not getting it out, man, this thing's way over torqued. Okay, we got it. I cleaned this up as much as I could, so I'm gonna drain the oil and see how bad this is gonna look. Doesn't actually look that bad. Definitely has some sparkle in it. And before we go any further, I'm going to take a wild guess and say cylinder 4 is the one that spun the rod bearing. Now I want to get this exhaust manifold off. In order to do that, we got to remove these heat shields. So I went ahead and lubed the back of them. Let's see how easy they come out. I'm assuming half of these are going to break. Boy, these are actually coming out pretty nice. I'm thoroughly surprised. Take the turbo off. I already got this hard nut to reach in here. I just gotta pop these ones off. and it should start coming out. Manifold bolts, these are 14s. That one came off really nicely. That one came off decent. How about the back one? There we go. Just like that. Turbo is out. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. We're out of here. Just like that. Intake manifold off. There is a hairline crack on this oil pickup, so I'm assuming that is what contributed to our spun bearings. Alright. The next thing I have to do is take the heads off and have those rebuilt. They should come right off here. Take these caps off. There we go. Cam seal in the way. Move that seal. There we go. Yep, there she goes. Now we gotta do the same on this side. And it should come right off. There we go. Intake. Pull the last head off, man. Oh! That's where our rod knock was coming from. I'm gonna take the cylinder heads to cylinder head service and have them redone. Then I can start putting the new motor back together. So make sure you got your notifications turned on, and we'll see you next time.